Hello all, welcome back to a special Tuesday edition of BA Creative. This is a really super quick video. It's only about 6 minutes long and I'm going to be making a mixed media bookmark. This is probably like equal parts technique and also just to give you an idea of stuff to do. I like to make bookmarks for books that I intend on reading. These are some, I'm so cute. I'm showing you ones that I've made for books that I finished. As you can see that I kind of like to tailor the bookmark to match the book cover. I'm usually really inspired by book cover art. Oh, that's my guilty pleasure. That was a fantastic book. It was one of my favorite bookmarks to make too. Anywho, I am making a bookmark today for this book, The Will to Meeting by Viktor Frankl, and I am going to use the cover to be my inspiration for my color palette. And it was a super simple book cover, as you can see. Oh, sorry about having that bottle right in your face. That's like the equivalent of someone bending over in your face on YouTube. My bad. I'm just putting some gesso down on the tag to start off with, because the color, like I said, the book itself, the color scheme is really simple. It was just white, red, and turquoise. I have some of Dina Wakley's I don't know, it's one of her masks. I'll have the actual name for it below, and I'm going to use those to mask off the word meaning on the tag. That's a size 10 and it's a little bit larger than what I normally use. However, I use my tags as almost like a commonplace book substitute for this. I take notes on the back of the tag, like I jot down page numbers or words that I really like, things like that. So that's why I knew that this book I was probably going to take a lot of notes. As you can see, I discovered that there is only one N in her little set of masks, so I just used the original N to trace and then cut it out. So what I'm doing now is placing the mask, if that wasn't obvious enough for you, hoping like that it will fit, because I don't measure stuff before I do it, and it actually does. I decide though that if that end doesn't work out right, I don't want a messy end in the middle of the tag, so I just move it to the end. However, the gesso and the tag didn't really play well together, so it's bowing quite a bit. I'm just taping it down with some masking tape because that's what I had on hand, and that actually did the trick. I'm gonna have to do that again in the future. I really like that. It helped a lot with this masking technique. So I'm just finishing placing my letters down, and then because I have learned my lesson, I am going to cover my entire area with some deli paper and spray some of her gloss sprays over the tag. I was thinking though that she had released the color ruby in her gloss sprays, so I had intended to do a mixture of turquoise and ruby, but I realized that was not the case. It's actually fuchsia. She hasn't released ruby yet. Anywho, I'm using a little X-Acto knife to pick up the mask, because I see people on YouTube using these masks, but they always they just kind of fly off their finished page and it's perfectly, masked, and I never have that result. That's typically what it looks like. As you can see, the E is a little messy. That's okay. We're going to fix that because the gesso allowed me to just kind of wipe that right up. So to incorporate some of the red, I'm going to bust out my scribble sticks. That's Sedona, tricky. It looked almost exactly like ruby. And I'm going to use the scribble stick to stamp my, I think that is called primitive icons. That's what it's called. I actually had to pause the audio for a second so I could think of the name. I'm just going to stamp that right down on the side, and that's how I'm going to incorporate the red color into the tag. I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately. Have you guys been doing that since we're kind of stuck at home? And I don't know, YouTube gets crazy sometimes. Like, I get sucked down this YouTube rabbit hole where I start off watching, like, I don't know, Karen Tamir's video on a mixed media tag, and 6 hours later I'm watching some woman in Louisiana teach me how to do a love spell using a live chicken and a rock in her kitchen. I don't know how it happens, but if you're on YouTube right now, just be careful, guys. It's a slippery slope. And there are some crazy things that happen on YouTube. Anyway, I have finished stamping off all the little red, and I think it's actually like the perfect amount of red. Now that I'm thinking about it, I bet if I had sprayed some of the, if she did have a ruby spray and I had sprayed that, it probably would have been, it would have been too much. I am just outlining the words, well, the word meaning in a black ink. That's a micro, what, I don't, it's a micro pen. It's a fine liner. And I have discovered, pro tip, if you actually let your stuff dry, you don't ruin your pens. Amazing, right? That was a hard lesson for me to learn. That pen came in a pack of 8, and I only have 2 left because I don't let my stuff dry. But yet I want to draw right over top of everything. So I have that nice, really fine line outline, and I don't know. It's super cute. I like that it looks kind of messy, and I don't know. It needs something though, so I take it to my sewing machine because I have fixed my bobbin, you guys. I'm super proud of myself. I routinely break my sewing machine sewing things that don't belong there, and my bobbin has been a mess for a while. So I fixed it, and I'm just adding a little bit of washi tape with some, that's a Dina Wakley washi with some red hearts, just to incorporate a little touch of yellow. And I don't know, just to finish it off. So here we have my super-sized mixed media bookmark for my book. I'm going to be able to take lots of notes. And as always, guys, thanks, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.